So before we begin, I'm going to give you a brief overview of Late Night Lift, why it will work, and why we think it's going to be important, especially on the UD campus. So first and foremost, Late Night Lift is a shuttle service catered towards the students. It's a much needed service on campus right now. So whether we're talking about students going from the bars on Main Street, talking about students who are trying to get picked up from the library one night, regardless of who it is or where it is, it's a very much needed service catered towards the students. So for example, let's say you have a student who's at the library and it's pouring rain outside and they live on the other side of campus and they need a ride, we can pick them up. Let's say we have a group of students who are celebrating someone's birthday party. We can all pick them up at one location, drive them to the bars, drive them from the bars, whatever they need. We're going to be there to provide that service for them. There's really a lack of serious competition for this on campus. Really the only competition is between walking, cabs, and the UD bus service, which we'll go through later. Neither of them are really anything we have to worry too much about. So we're really without any competition, period. So we'll be making all of that ourselves. It's extremely high demand right now for numerous reasons. Crime is on the rise in Newark. I know as a student myself, I haven't gone the past probably 4 or 5 months without getting at least one text a week talking about a specific crime on campus, whether it's a mugging or something along those lines. So it's definitely on the rise. In addition, especially during the cold months or poor weather, it's going to be on the very needed as well. Now it's also, as we're going through our finances, we'll discuss those in detail later. We will more than break even in less than 1 year, which is obviously very important from a investor standpoint. And finally, we were doing a survey of all the students, and over 90% of these students said they definitely would use a survey like this, which is very important. So that is that.
Hi everybody, we're Late Night Lift. My name is Greg Posey.
I'm Jordan Syatt.
I'm Will Graves.
I'm Hillary Brown.
And I'm Colin Ayers.
Within Late Night Lift, we actually found the most important parts of Caspi's leadership qualities: fairness, decisiveness, communication, rationality, and vision. Decisiveness and rationality, we kind of decided as the drivers, they need to be able to make these decisions to pick up students and not. We have to be able to trust them to make these decisions based on their best judgment. And without them, we really can't operate this company. Fairness, we have to be fair to our customers, because without them, we have nothing to start with. We're just starting out. We need our customers to start talking with us. We need them more than they need us at this point. Communication, we need to be able to speak with our drivers and have them speak with us. We need to be able to have good communication with each other, because we honestly are leaving everything up to them when they're out there. And vision, because we're moving our company towards the future. We need to be able to see and know exactly what we're going to do with these vans, with everything, how we're going to be able to expand, how we're possibly able to see any problems that are coming up, and how we're going to be able to keep moving. The structure of our company is we'll have management, which is our team, which will decide exactly which vans are on which days and how many we need, which drivers are going to be taking which vans. We're going to have a dispatcher, which will be in our office. He will be receiving calls and telling the drivers exactly where they need to go and making a schedule for them. And the drivers will respond to the dispatcher and will be able to go where they're needed and be able to pick up customers. If they're not busy, the dispatcher has nothing for them, they'll go to different various locations throughout campus where students tend to go, such as Main Street bars or the library, and they'll wait for students that need rides. Our competitive matrix, basically we have four qualities we really wanted to highlight: fast service, cheap flat rate, ability to fit 10 plus persons, and door-to-door service. We're the only one that provides all four of those. No one else, walking comes the closest at 3, but it really has no fast service. The taxis and UD bus don't even compare with only one of those qualities each. Being able to go door to door with the taxi and the ability to fit 10 plus people. The cheap flat rate you're not going to find anywhere in those. And you're not going to be able to find fast service for any of those. Our sales strategy we're going to implement is both a search and a destroy. It's because we have a service and not exactly a typical product, we can't actually fit into Caspi's mold for either of them. So actually we decided it'd be best to do both kind of strategies. Destroy, we basically have a set thing we're trying to force our customers through. It's one transaction, it's what we do. We go pick them up and they do that. But it's also a search in a number of ways that we're finding out different ways that we can solve their problems with this product. Hey, maybe there's an untapped market potential. Listen, there's customers we don't even know that need to go different places. Maybe there's a big event up on Paper Mill Road that's going to start a year from now, every year. Customers need to get to. This search enables us also to find different things like advertisements for our company. Other people want to advertise on our bus, on our vans. We can find a way to do that and work with them. So that's more of a business to business than a customer to business.
All right, so in terms of promoting the Late Night Lift, the first plan we're going to implement is putting flyers advertising our business inside of cases of beer in liquor stores. That way when students are pre-gaming for the bars or what have you, they'll be able to see our business right before they go out, reminding them to use it at the end of the night. Secondly, we'll put signs in the library as well as the bars. So as students are leaving the library and the bars when they close, they'll see the sign for our business and hopefully call Late Night Lift for a ride home. And then also, in terms of promotional event, we're going to have a launch party on Main Street. We'll have food, things like that, and kind of discuss our business, so kind of to build awareness and generate buzz for it as soon as we get started. And then lastly, of course, all of our vans will be marked with our logo. And then moving on, this is just kind of an example of an advertisement we might have in the library or in a bar to kind of promote our company, and so people get an idea of what it's all about. And then in terms of media choices, obviously we're a startup, so we're on a tight budget. So we're going to use earned media, which is free, so just Twitter and Facebook, as opposed to using paid media. Twitter and Facebook, we can tweet about our business using live tweets, maybe kind of some creative tweets to generate buzz and get people excited about it. And then also we can use Blue Hen Sales promotion as well. So in terms of sales reps, our drivers are kind of our sales reps for our company. They're the only direct source of contact with our customer. So obviously a good attitude is very important. And of course, good service for the customers. We pulled 84 students with 4 different survey questions, kind of to get a sense of interest in our business. So the first survey question is, have you ever felt unsafe walking home at night from the bars, library, etc.? About 61% of respondents answered that they had felt unsafe, so we felt that meant there was kind of a market opportunity there to provide a safer mode of transportation. And moving into the second question, do you wish there was better transportation service on campus that ran primarily at night? And we had an overwhelming 91% or 90.5% of respondents answered yes. So obviously we definitely confirmed that there was a market opportunity in terms of night transportation, especially from the bars and library. Thirdly, if available, would you use a flat rate taxi service, $5 per person, that operated on campus between 7:30 p.m. and 2:30 a.m.? And again, 72% of respondents said yes. And then our fourth question, how many nights a week could you see yourself using a service like this? And out of our 84 respondents, over 78% indicated that they would use the service at least once a week, while 25% indicated at least 3 times a week. So that again gave us more insurance that this might be a successful idea.
For Late Night Lift, we have our points of difference. We are the only service in the university vicinity that offers transportation with a flat rate fee. We pick you up and up to 11 friends in our 12-passenger vans at your door and drop you where you want to go. You don't have to get on the bus and get dropped off a couple miles away. It's where you want to go. And also we have this neat feature where you are able to call or text ahead of time so that we know when to pick you up, kind of like call ahead seating, which you would do at a restaurant. Our points of parity. With a bus, you get to your destination quickly. Obviously, that's the point of the bus service. You can transport large groups if you have a ton of friends and it's your whole floor going somewhere, everybody gets on. You keep the passengers out of the weather and it prevents a lot of campus crime. With a taxi, you can also get to your destination quickly and it picks you up where you want to go. It charges per head and then will also charge per half a mile or eighth of a mile, whichever that taxi service does. We also are keeping passengers out of the weather. If it's a rainy night, you can get picked up at your location and dropped off, and this also will prevent campus crime. Walking. The only really good thing that walking has is that you all stay together with all your friends and it's free. We are a customer-based company. Our entire purpose is based on the customer. We don't have a product we are trying to sell. We work for you. Our drivers are our representatives. They represent us as management as a whole, and we really just want to work to make the customer happy.
So when we're talking about financing options, we have a couple of things at our disposal. First and foremost, and absolutely most importantly, is we're going to be taking all of our own personal money. So all of the people running the business, we're going to be putting our own investment into it. So that's going to be where a lot of the money comes from. Additionally, we're also going to have third-party investments, and we're also be getting bank loans and things along those lines. So that's where generally most of the financing options are going to come from.
Next, I'd like to talk about the income statement for the annually for the first, second, and third year. For the first year, we're trying to figure out the break-even point. So we're saying about 14 people a night for an entire week for 42 weeks. and that would be our break-even point, only 14 people. So we're saying for the first year we're going to be in the red. For over a 3-year break-even point, we're going to be in the red for the first year at negative 10,000, and for the next years we're going to be positive 7,000, coming out to be a total of 3,141 for the first year. We also included income tax of 10%. We averaged that out, so we also included that, and we still come out positive over 3 years. This is a graph to better explain this. As you can see, for the first year, and then halfway through the first and second year, we finally break even, and then we're positive. And if we would have, if we took 13 people, we would actually be in the negative, and if we took 14 people, we're in the positive. So we're going to go with 14 for a break-even point. Next, I'm going to break it up even further by month. This gives a better explanation to really what we're doing. So for one annual year to break even, it would be 23 people per night for 42 weeks. So this is across the board. We would be making a revenue of about 2,818 while having a loss for the first month of 3,229. And that decreases per month, not to do with insurance as well as cell phone expense and equipment expense and renting. And having still the income tax at 10%, it comes out to a total, even when we try to do the break even, to come out to be 421. So we need a minimum of 23 people a night for us to even break even for the first year. And once again, this is a better graph to describe that. In the first month, we were in the red, but then after that, we make a positive revenue from there on out.
So in conclusion, Late Night Lift is absolutely a feasible, viable, and desirable option on the UD campus and probably on other campuses as we choose to expand. Fortunately, the break-even point, we will be breaking even in less than a year for a bare minimum, and the market opportunity is there. People want it. We've surveyed, we've found, and plain and simple, people want this service on campus, and we're going to be ready to give that to them. So on behalf of the whole Late Night Lift team, I want to say thank you for taking the time to listen. Somebody, all right.
Finance, okay. I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about it.
In 30 cases of 30 cases. Same thing.
Is this me? Or did somebody do this?
Next, we have balance sheet again.
I'm going to give you a brief overview. Oh, dude, stop. It's like some
It's in the university fund.
start it over.
Oh, just face away.
I wasn't doing anything!
I just think.
As far as break-even point, oh, come on.
Why did it do
It
that?
finally worked, right?
You have late night lift.
It's red. Oh, what the fuck to say about fairness? Let's try again.
Because I